Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. The Bud Light saga continues, and it appears we have the latest, most recent sales updates. And we have this article here from Newsweek. Bud Light sales dropped 29.5% in the latest week since the boycott. Woo! That was a silent clap because I'm trying not to blast your eardrums, but that is awesome. That's up like 3 or 4% since the last reports that we've seen. So, let's go ahead and continue in this article. While I scroll down, guys, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. But Bud Light has continued to suffer declining fortunes as the boycott of the beer brand over its partnership is reported to have had a lasting impact on its sales and revenue. So congratulations, everybody. Pat yourself on the back. The job's not over. Continue to spread the word and have fun doing it. Don't be negative. That's always going to, if you're negative, you're going to get a negative response. So, kindly tell those around you that, we're switching and it's fun. And check it out. I think hopefully by now everybody's at least heard of this, but if they haven't, send them this video and then they have no more excuses. But according to data by Bump Williams Consulting and Nielsen IQ provided to Newsweek, in the week ending May 20th, sales volume, the number of units of beer sold declined 29.5% compared to the same period last year, while sales revenue was down 25.7% on the same week in 2022. So Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light's parent company, has been accused of alienating its traditional customer base with the partnership, while some LGBTQ campaigners have also criticized the company for not defending its ties with he who shall not be named. Brand strategics have criticized the brewery over its response to the backlash, which they characterize as being peppered with knee-jerk reactions and only extended the controversy. I don't know what knee-jerk reaction there really has been from Anheuser-Busch, considering they really haven't done much. They fired the third-party marketing company, which actually ran a successful ad. It got all this attention. But the two VPs, Heinerschneid and the other, they're on voluntary leave, so which I believe they're getting paid. And then I don't think Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch has said anything publicly. So I don't know. I mean, maybe that's the knee-jerk reaction, was to not do anything, but I don't know. Whatever it was, it hasn't worked. It hasn't helped their company reverse the decline from the results from the boycott. While the company's global CEO, Michael Ducaris, said on May 4th that the declining Bud Light sales represented about 1% of Anheuser-Busch's global volume, the latest figures suggest the backlash is having a lasting impact on the beer brand's U.S. revenue. In the 4 weeks to May 20th, Bud Light sales revenue, the brand's dollar income, was 24.3% lower than the same time last year, while co-brand Budweiser recorded a 10.5% hit in the same period. Okay, so that makes me think. That makes me wonder: are Bud Light sales declining internationally? And if not, I'm calling on our international fellows to join us and choose a different beer. You don't need to drink Bud Light anymore, just like the rest of us. Just help us out. It would be great if they could see a worldwide response. And this is my call, my request, my plea to you guys internationally outside of the United States to join us in unity, that we don't support advertising alcohol to children, and we're against this woke agenda that serves their ESG scores over its customers and all this DE&I nonsense. Let's get back to good flavored beer, good customer service, good practices internally amongst, the employees. and good advertising, you know? Because it was fun back in the day watching the Bud Light commercials, which is another reason why it's such a disappointment. And how it's become such a big deal is because what everybody used to like is now fun to not like, it seems like. But let's continue. I got off on a tangent, but I did want to, that made me think that if they're only looking at U.S. numbers as 1% fall off, but the rest of the world is no decline, then they see it as a blip and not important. So we really want to cause an effect, so have an effect. So like I said, join us. But as previously reported, excuse me, I think I skipped a line. In the 4 weeks to May 20th, Bud Light sales revenue, the brand's income dollar was 24. Okay, I did read that, I believe. As previously reported in Newsweek, in the 4 weeks to April 29th, which covers the first month of the controversy, the beer brand saw an overall decline in sales revenue of 17.2% off a 21.4% drop in volume. Dave Williams, vice president for analytics and insight at Bump Williams Consulting, said at the time that the result raises questions about the potential long-term implications. The two back-to-back 4-week sales results suggest the effects of the boycott have only worsened in May. However, elevated beer sales in the summer of 2022 could make the decline from one month to its next this year appear greater. So Williams told Newsweek on Thursday that the rate of decline Bud Light sales have displayed has been a bit steeper in May than in April, but added that the decline does appear to be plateauing. I don't know where it suggests that it is plateauing when the number is still growing. I think last month, it might even have been the same person, said the same thing, that it appears to be plateauing. Well, let's prove that estimation wrong, and let's keep it going. Let's see this number hit 33% or 35%, right? However, he said the absolute magnitude could still creep up if those percentage drops are going up against bigger holiday summer weeks in the year-ago time period. One thing is for sure, the rate of decline has not gotten any better just yet. So yeah, like I said, well, I don't know why he would suggest, knowing that it appears to be plateauing. I don't know. Maybe he was just wishful thinking, or giving Anheuser-Busch throwing him a bone or something. I don't know. While not directly comparable, Nielsen IQ data shows the sales revenue was down 9% in the U.S. lager industry in the 52 weeks to April 23rd on the previous year-long period, suggesting an overall contraction in beer sales across the market. Well, yeah, that's only like literally 23 days overlap since the incident that happened on April 1st. So that's not really a very big sample size. They're going to split the boycott month. First month of it's going to go on to last year. So I guess we're just going to have to keep it going for 13 months so they get the full 12-month experience. At least. Despite the general downturn in the industry, competitors to Anheuser-Busch brands have shown a resilient performance, with Miller Lite recording a 20.7% increase in sales in the 4 weeks to May 20th compared to the same time a year ago, despite facing its own calls for boycott over an openly woke advertising campaign for Women's History Month that was pretty cringe. We all had a good laugh at that. Similarly, Coors Light recorded a 22% increase in sales year on year in the same period, off the back of a 15.4% increase in sales volumes. This continues a trend of Bud Light's competitors absorbing the demand from boycotters. Another continuing trend is a decline in sales of Anheuser-Busch's other beer labels, which appears to have suffered a knock-on impact from the backlash. In the 4 weeks to April 29th, Michelob Ultra saw a 2.8% decline in sales volume, while in 4 weeks to May 20th, this had declined to 7.3%. Yes, good job. Good job. So then let's finish up here. Similarly, Busch Light sales volume contracted 2.6% in the April period. In May, it was a 10.1% decline. Meanwhile, Natural Light went from 6.4% drop in sales to 9.1% decrease compared to a year ago. So good job, everybody. We're really making an impact. We're spreading the word that it's not just about Bud Light, it's about these other brands, and people are becoming more aware that these other brands are under the Anheuser-Busch umbrella. And just good job. This is fantastic. It's it makes me feel good to read and see the ongoing continuing results get better for the boycotters. It sends a strong message to the rest of these companies, like I've mentioned before, that are watching to see what's going to happen with them when they do their next woke move or not. And as I've suggested, hopefully maybe this combined with what we're seeing with Target and some of the other companies that are on the fringe there that are, teasing with Bud Light, essentially, this might be the beginning of the pendulum beginning to swing the other way. And let's pray that it is, because boy, it would be nice to see some of this woke nonsense start getting made fun of and treated the way that it should be treated by people that know better and are wiser. You know what I mean? And so, get woke, go broke. That's the slogan. And that might just go ahead and be the motto for 2023. We'll see. But for now, little tip of the cap to everybody. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.